All right. So, Brett Scott Daily has not been very daily at all as of late, and I apologize for that. Um, Originally I set this goal of recording daily just to hold myself accountable. I haven't been holding myself very accountable lately, but um, it's not for lack of wanting to. I will tell you that. And just to let you know, I'm going to be putting out the content again pretty rapidly going forward. Had a couple things come up this week. I needed a new car, as you can see. You probably can't tell, but I'm in a new car. Um, which, by the way, those of you who maybe have a problem with me recording in my car all the time, you're just gonna have to deal with it, man. I am a dad and a husband, and we live in a small apartment. And I don't have my little media space like a lot of people have. I don't have a little podcast studio to hang out in. There's nothing like that going on. So the house is pretty communal, and I don't really have that kind of space. So deal with it. It's really no different. It's just the background. If you want me to put up some movie posters in the background of my car, maybe I can do that for you. But for now, I'm going to be recording the car. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it's got to be. So, moving on. I have all kinds of movie reviews because I have been consuming content. I just haven't been putting out content. So I have movies and series reviews coming out. I've got all kinds of stuff that I want to talk about. I'm going to share my comic book collection, just, nerd shit like I do. And then also, like I said, I'm going to be reviewing the new film Nobody, which just came out last week. Um, I just watched this Netflix short film that I'm going to be talking about, which I thought was really interesting. And another film on Netflix starring Anthony Mackie I'll be putting out probably today, maybe tomorrow. But yeah, so it hasn't been because I haven't been into the same things or that I haven't wanted to record. I've just been dealing with some things. And that's one of these things I wanted to talk about is something that I think is very beneficial. And I've talked about it on my channel before, but I kind of wanted to put it out there for anybody else that it might benefit. So, you probably know I talk about counseling, I talk about therapy pretty frequently here on this channel. I'm a proponent of it. And one of the types of therapy that my counselor, my therapist does is called EMDR. And I've made I made two videos about it actually. And it's something that I think it's really neat. And it can help people with any kind of past traumas, no matter how big or small. But if there's something, from your past, something that you've dealt with, maybe you don't even realize you're traumatized by it. This type of therapy, and it sounds silly when I describe it in a second, it's extremely helpful. There's a lot of data behind it. There is a lot of study behind it, and it is proven very effective for people with PTSD or any kind of trauma, right? That maybe affects the way you think currently, the way you act currently, just little hangups that you have. But EMDR, it's eye movement desensitization reprocessing. That's what it is. Eye movement desensitization reprocessing. And it basically just takes the traumas that you have, it takes you back through them and then kind of allows your brain to process them because you haven't really processed them, at least not in a healthy way, and they are affecting your day-to-day currently. And what it is literally just, like I said, it sounds silly, but there's different ways of doing it. One is watching a light bounce back and forth. It's like kind of like Pong, right? If you were watching a game of Pong, you could probably do EMDR yourself with a game of Pong. Um, but it probably shouldn't be interactive. Anyway, um, it, it triggers different things in your brain to it allows you to, I guess, use both halves of your brain to process the thing you're thinking about. But anyway, you go through and you talk about and you think about these traumatic events and you watch this thing bounce back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Or like my counselor does, she literally just uses a pen and you'll just watch a pen. And no, I'm not being hypnotized when she's doing this. You don't actually need to swing anything back and forth to hypnotize people. That's movie shit. But It's not hypnotism. She's not a hypnotist. Uh, but so you can do that, and then you can also do this thing where you close your eyes and you actually hold these two devices that vibrate back and forth, zzz, 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 right? While you're talking or thinking about this trauma or whatever thoughts and feelings it brings up. And this allows your brain to process the feelings correctly, and it allows you to view the trauma that you went through as it is and not as a pain. Not, it takes the sting out of the trauma and leaves it as just a memory that you have. It's not going to erase your memories or anything like that. It kind of, I guess it kind of like, I would say it kind of dulls the memory, but it really doesn't dull it. It just makes you see it more as it really is rather than how you perceived it in the past. And it really helps you to do these things. But one of the side effects of doing this is that for the next week or two after you do this, you might be a little foggy brained, right? You might be a little spacey. And that's one of the reasons I haven't been recording lately, is because I have been, partaking in this therapy, undergoing this therapy, which I've done before in the past. And like I said, it works, and that's why I continue to do it. But for a period of a couple weeks there, I was doing this therapy, and I still am. But I feel like I'm feeling back to normal inside my head. So it's just basically your brain processing things that it never processed before. It's doing a lot of work, and yeah, it leaves you a little foggy and not able to really, I don't know. You're busy dealing with those things, and you're not doing your day-to-day stuff as well, maybe. And that's one of the reasons why I haven't been recording, because like my thoughts have been all over the place, and not like ADD all over the place. Like it's been tough for me to sit down and like write out a review or put together my thoughts. As you can see right now, I'm all over the place, right? This video started with me talking about, I'm getting back to it, and now I'm talking all about my therapy. But that was actually the point. The point was to tell you kind of the things that I'm doing right now, and also just to share this therapy can be of big help to people. So if any of you have, traumas, not even like these things that you would think of as major traumas, but things that affect the way you think and feel every day now, maybe because of, something you went through in the past, this therapy can be very helpful. So that's another reason I wanted to make a video about it. But also to tell you that, yes, I have been watching films, I have been watching series, I have been reading books, and I've got a lot of stuff coming soon, starting tomorrow, with my review of the new Anthony Mackie Netflix film. Jeez, I can't even remember what it's called now. Synchronicity? I don't know. It's something like that, though. Synchronous? I promise the review won't be this all over the place. But anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around. If you're a regular watcher of my videos, a regular follower, thank you for sticking around. Yes, I know it's only been a week, but I'm the type of person who, when I say I'm going to do something, it drives me crazy when I don't. So when I name my channel Daily BS and my plan is to put out content daily, it upsets me when I can't. So, and I know it upsets me probably even more than it upsets anyone else. I don't like saying I'm going to do something and then not being able to follow through. It drives me insane. So, videos are coming. Podcasts are coming. I've been recording my Marvel Plus podcast, and that's been eating up a lot of my kind of like focus lately. If you're interested in that, please go check it out. What I do on that podcast is I cover the Disney Plus Marvel series, and I bring on a new guest every week to help me break down the latest episode. It's a lot of fun. So just type in Marvel Plus, PLUS, wherever you get your podcasts, and check it out, please. It's growing very fast. I'm really proud of it. I put a lot of work into it, so I would really appreciate you checking it out. Anyway, all that to say, new videos coming soon. Thanks for sticking around, and I will talk to you next time.